Hello you guys, today we're going to be talking about Emilia Perez. Not that there's really much to be said. I like how this is the only thing that I've just not talked about in any fucking capacity. I think it's because I was just so stunned by how bad this movie was. Even after knowing the plot, I was like, okay, well, this sounds bad. Like, this sounds like a pile of horse shit. But hey, maybe this horse shit has like an air freshener wedged into the crevices of it. And it might not be just that bad. Like, still horse shit, but maybe this horse shit is different. No, like the other clumps of fucking horse fecal matter, it still sucked. Emilia Perez made Joker Folly Ado seem like a beautiful show. It made it seem like something that should have a Broadway run. It made it feel like the best movie musical of 2024, if not ever. Joker 2 still sucks, but it doesn't suck as bad. Anything musical related has never been so joyless until I saw this movie. It's so ridiculous. All I can do is just smile about it. A lot of people, when they talk about how bad this movie was, will bring up the Bangkok section surgery number. I mean that shit genuinely, wholeheartedly. And then right afterwards, we jumped into this fucking number with an Israeli doctor, and it's like, oh my god. This sucks. Also, the casting of Selena Gomez, never cast that bitch in anything musical related ever again, anything Latino related ever again. I don't want to see her ever again, actually. I can't believe this is my fucking Mexican American representation. I can't believe this shit. We got Mexican representation at home, and it's Selena Gomez. Also, the director is an evil piece of shit. What the fuck do you mean that you did look for Mexican actors, but there was no one in Mexico talented enough? No one in Mexico talented enough, but you landed on fucking Selena Gomez? Are you on crack? What are you on? Because I'm in need of it. Hello. So you just saw me getting what I had thought about Emilia Perez off my chest, but in a very unprofessional manner and in a way that shows that I'm just mad about the movie, but I have genuine critiques about this movie, don't get me wrong. I'm in musical theater and I really do want to discuss some of the things that irked me musically, but then I also want to discuss plot-wise what I took issue with. I'm semi-qualified, I'm a cisgender woman and I'm Mexican American, so I'm like kind of like half-assed in talking about some of the things in this movie, but it's just very clear issues that I have with this movie, you know? Okay, we're gonna get started with the plot. We're gonna do that first, and then we're gonna leave the musical theater stuff to the end. Musical stuff to the end. Calling it music is quite generous. So Emilia Perez follows this lawyer who is in charge of helping a leader of a cartel transition into being a woman. And then, yeah, that's what it's about. I was watching a really good video on the issues of Emilia Perez, and I'm not that well spoken, so to know that this video does touch on some of the things that I wanted to put my finger on, but I couldn't really. Like, my finger was just kind of like an inch away from the actual point it wanted to land on. It is called The Racist Cisgender Nonsense of Emilia Perez by Jessie Gender. I am going to link it down below for you guys to watch. For starters, the fact that this movie is titled Emilia Perez, you know, the transgender woman that this is supposed to be about, it is entirely from the perspective of the cisgender lawyer. We get glimpses into Emilia's humanity, but other than that, we mostly follow the lawyer. I just kind of want to know why this was marketed as a movie, you know, about the trans experience and, you know, giving us this nuanced character, which, by the way, I still have issue with, but I will get to that on another point. But I don't know why they would frame it as this like transgender story. It's from the perspective of a cisgender woman. This woman, her beliefs, out of nowhere, there is no change into this. She starts off, we see her defending this man who is suspected of murdering his wife, and then they have to frame it as a suicide, and they do so successfully, but even she doesn't believe that, because he looks like a criminal. So essentially it's you know, she has this black and white thinking. And then She meets Emilia and all that, but Emilia pre-transition. We get through all of that, which, by the way, just shows her the only reason she's helping is because she's being extorted. She's being threatened and met with violence at the hands of Emilia. By the time we get, this is after the Bangkok sex change surgery, you know, this clip.
I know about sex change operation.
I see. Men to woman, or woman to men.
Man to woman.
From penis to vagina. Is it for you?
I'm just gonna briefly address that clip. On its own, when I first saw it, I thought, this is just a campy movie. No, that clip was dead serious. Like, that song could have been a satirical number, but it doesn't. It fails to do any of that. And that is so disappointing. On to the number after that, we meet the Israeli doctor, and they get into this little partner song, him and Zoe Saldana's character, well, the lawyer, right? And now she's singing a whole different tune. If you change the body, you change the soul, and changing the soul changes society. And doctor's like, I'm going to throw up this clip.
Lady, I only fix the body, I don't fix the soul. You're Mr. Mystery.
And I have so many thoughts. This is the most disingenuous shit I've ever seen in my life. I don't know why the movie is trying to get us to believe that this is what she actually believes. You change the body, you change the soul, and changing the soul changes society. But you need to change your mind. No, the only reason that she is helping is because she is scared of being threatened. Like, scared of being threatened. She's being threatened. She's scared of Emilia. I don't know why this was framed as this number where it's like, oh my gosh, I truly do believe this. No, you don't. Maybe at the end she does, but no. Emilia's constantly dead-named and misgendered even after the reveal, which, spoiler alert, they get into a shootout because Emilia gets kidnapped by who was her ex-wife's lover and things like that. There's a spider up there, but I'm gonna wait for it to get down a little lower so I can kill it. Anyways, there's a shootout and they're trying to kidnap Emilia and they take her for ransom, and then the lawyer has to go, and there's a scene where the ex-wife, played by Selena Gomez, and Emilia, they're on the floor, and like Emilia's all beat the fuck up, and then that's when she reveals to the ex-wife that I'm actually who you like, and I'm only saying ex-husband because that's who she thought, that you thought died, because Emilia fakes her death pre-transition to be able to transition, and then the ex-wife goes to live with her with the kids under the assumption that that is her husband's sister, when no, that used to be her husband. So let's let that settle in, if you could even keep up with me here. The ex-wife continuously dead names and misgenders, and it makes the movie as a whole, makes it a very big point to point out, this used to be insert dead name, this used to be a man. We were watching the movie, we hadn't fallen asleep yet, we saw the transition. It just feels disrespectful. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm dumb, but it just feels fucking disrespectful. Also, the lack of grasping Mexican culture. Oh yeah, I'm mad. I'm so mad. You know that there are other kinds of criminals in Mexico that aren't cartel leaders? I know, shocking. You know, you do have your normal, not in organized crime murderers. You know, right? Like, the fact that it was, and yeah, the focus of it being in a cartel was because, oh, this is the hyper masculine thing to do, and this is the best way that Emilia could have hidden her identity from the world. I don't give a fuck. I'm not going to get too much into this, but as we know, organized crime in any country is, it's a horrible thing, right? Like, you guys, we've watched The Sopranos. You guys know that there's more to Mexico than that. Oh my gosh. And if it wasn't clear enough that, you know, it was that we're in Mexico, it was like if the movie said this, if it's not clear enough that, you know, putting mariachi at the beginning of the movie, if that's not clear enough that it's in Mexico, we're also going to be dealing with the cartel. Yeah. And it's like, oh, brother. But thank you for letting us know that we were in Mexico with the mariachi at the beginning, and for making it very clear that we're in Mexico by showing us multiple taco stands. And then if that wasn't enough, the cartel. As if, organized crime isn't a thing in literally everywhere in Latin America. But to be fair, I would be confused about it being Mexico too, because considering the fact that there are no Mexicans in this movie. Selena Gomez like a quarter Mexican. Ricky Gervais told her to go back to her country once, and now this is our Mexican-American representation. I'm so sick of it. No research was done, by the way, and that annoys me so much. That is just so problematic. If you are from one place, right, that is not from where the movie that you're making is taking place, the least that you want to do is do research. Take notes. Y'all did none of this. And I know a lot of people say it's okay if an actor doesn't research. Yeah, but when you're entering, again, a subject matter that is absolutely fucking foreign to you, you want to at least Google a few things, It was just the most disappointing thing ever. Also, I don't want to be that type of person, but Selena, you've got enough money to deal with an accent coach and a language coach. You could pay for Duolingo Premium or whatever the fuck it is. I couldn't understand a thing you were saying, and I speak Spanish. I'm fluent in Spanish. It's a primary language for me. I didn't understand shit. I want to bring up the part where Selena says that her pussy hurts.
Hasta me duele la pinche vulva nada más de acordarme de ti.
Somebody pointed out, because I didn't do any research. During her part, she says something, bienvenida. And I thought she was saying welcome. I couldn't understand. The word bienvenida was the only word I could understand. And now looking at the lyrics, that makes sense. Why are you saying welcome to people? They meant to say you're welcome. Not welcome. You're welcome, which, I don't know if you know this. You're welcome and welcome are two different things in the Spanish language. You're welcome is de nada. De nada. Welcome, like welcome in, or like welcome like a greeting, that's bienvenida. Again, not beating the Google Translate allegations. Holy shit. What a shame this movie was. It genuinely, what a nightmare. What a disaster. And I watched the Evita movie. I thought Madonna was fucked up. This was awful. But at least with Evita, and Evita being originally a musical, an on-stage musical, there was an awareness in Evita about the faults of Eva Perón. And while yes, Emilia is not a real person, it does tackle very real issues. Now, it tackles them in the sense that it just mentions them. Yeah, we mention transgenderism, and we mention organized violence, and yeah, but what did you say about those things? Whatever you took from it, baby. It's like if someone stood up on a fucking pedestal and just went, Mexicans, trans women, lesbian trans women, the cartel. If I continue talking about this movie, it just shows how fun it is to shit on it. Fuck, thank you for giving us complete Oscar bait nonsense. Oh wait, not even Oscar bait, because this bullshit was nominated for 13 Oscars. 13. Ridiculous. If it was gonna get 13 nominations of any